Hello and welcome or welcome back. I'm Bo, and I, along with Win, are trying to set ourselves up so that we never have to borrow money from his kids. Win is not here right now. He is at the library helping the kids with their homework, so I decided that I would take this opportunity to record. So we are going to get right into the transactions for the last week of September, which for us is September 13th to the 19th, as well as closing out the paycheck budget. We use a budget calendar. The little key is along the side here so that you can see what colors are what. We do not share bank accounts, so this is how we keep track of what is coming in and going out of our different bank accounts. So let's start with the 13th. On the 13th, I introduced my interest income from my savings account from July 23rd, and that was $92. I also introduced my August 1st paycheck, which was $1,640. I'm currently in a temporary promotion/raise, so I am making $7.50 an hour extra right now to fill in for two women who are on maternity leave. So don't think that this is my regular pay, okay? And then when paid his kids copay, that's a weekly thing. It's $40. I paid $20 towards his student loans. And then I took $40 out of subscriptions to pay for LastPass, which is a password manager that we use just to keep track of passwords because, there's a lot of breaches and stuff. And if you don't use a password manager or you don't have like unique ways to make passwords, once someone has one of your passwords, they have all of them. So this is our way of keeping track of that and not getting ourselves into trouble. Total side note, sorry, but one of my coworkers, her boyfriend recently got robbed. Someone followed him like a couple blocks. He was leaving work and going to hang out with his friends, and there was a car behind him. And when he parked, that car like blocked him in, and then the people got out and like robbed him. They took his phone, his wallet, his keys. They stole his car, and they used his face to unlock his phone. And then through his phone, they got on his social media, contacted his friends, asking them for money. They bought a bunch of stuff. They went joyriding in his car. I don't think he even has his car back yet. He had cash in his wallet. They took all that. They emptied his bank account. Like everything was gone because everything was set up so that he could easily access his information, which means anyone who steals your phone can also easily access your information. So with LastPass has a separate password for itself. And then through that, like once you've logged in, then you can access all your passwords. So it's just like an extra layer of security. So I only have to remember one password, which is why it's called LastPass. It's the last password you have to learn. And I love it to death. Be careful, y'all, with your phones, because a lot of people have convenient access with their phones to like different things like social media and everything. And if someone can access that, they can kind of destroy your life if you're not careful. So that's just my little PSA for the day. And then let's just get back to transactions. On the 14th, my car wash subscription came out for $18. We had snacky snacks. Pretty sure this was hot dogs at Costco for $4. Well, it's really $3.31, but we round up all our transactions, which is why you don't see change anywhere on here. And then I stuffed $130 in my envelope categories, and I will show that next. And then on the 15th, $8 went to snacky snacks. I'm pretty sure this was hot dogs with us and the kids. and then nothing until the 18th when I paid $549 to win student loans, and health got $500. And this is another app that we're planning on getting. We haven't 100% decided yet, but this app is called Fabulous, and it's geared towards people with ADHD, which both I and Win have. And it's a routine builder with a bunch of different things. Like there's meditation, there's all kinds of stuff in it, and we really like it. So far we're on a $2 free not $2 free trial, but we're on a $2 monthly trial right now, and if we like it, we're just going to pay for it for the lifetime, which is $250 each, which is a lot of money, but it's a lot cheaper than the monthly subscription. So I don't know. I think we're going to do it. Any case, on the 19th, Win saved $208 for kids. I do believe this was back to school. His wedding fund got $41. His summer fund got $188. The summer fund is to replace his pay in the summer because he is a substitute teacher and is not guaranteed full-time work in the summers. And then I stuffed $350 in subscriptions, $83 to license and registration, which fully funds that category for next year. So, woohoo! And then $38 went to my annual phone bill. I have Mint Mobile, so I pay once a year. It comes out to a little less, or somewhere around $30 a month per person for unlimited everything. And then Christmas got $25 and my school fund got $7. Now, that is our transactions for the things where I count. I'll show you. These are the non-envelope things. Okay, so don't mind this. So I'm sure I've explained this before, but this little set of Post-its on the back is all our paychecks, because we are trying to switch to only budgeting money we already have. So we delay our paychecks, which is why I call it pay delay. Some people call it aging your money. I just call it pay delay. So I'm delaying my paychecks to a future date. And it's actually starting to work out right now. So this is basically us being a month ahead on our budget, not a month ahead on bills, but a month ahead on our budget, so that we can budget for the whole month with money we already have, which makes me very happy because it makes it a lot easier to predict how things are going to go, aside from us going over budget. But, you know, we do what we can. Okay, so these are my envelope categories. Now, the additions here is what's allocated, and the subtractions are what I spent. So for this past week, I added, for groceries, I added $90. I spent $54, which is kind of wild. I don't think we've ever spent that little on groceries before, but we had a bunch of stuff like leftover in the pantry, well, not pantry, but like our dry goods, and we just had to get like perishables. And then bulk buys, added $40, spent $27. Health, added $500, spent $19. And I do want to spend, I do want to get those apps for us. We both want to get these apps. But if we decide not to, if we don't end up getting it, this money is just going to stay in health. And then home shopping, I spent $6, and then I didn't spend any of the rest of the money. So that means I spent $127. Oh, no, sorry. My final amount for groceries is $127. That's how much is in that virtual envelope. This money is just in the checking account. The only category that I actually have in cash is health. But I spent a total of $265 on regular groceries this month. $149 on bulk items this month, which is actually more than what I added. And this is the glory that is using envelopes, even if they're virtual, is you can save up for bigger bulk purchases or more frequent bulk purchases, however you might decide to do it. And then I spent $146 on transportation, which again is, wait, no, yeah. That's actually, yeah, that's decent. $150 on health. And of course, the numbers next month are probably going to be way wild. And that's okay. That's why we save up the money to do things. Spent $65 in home shopping. Spent $2 in birthdays. Spent $103 in clothing. Spent $121 in shoes. Spent $24 for pet care. And I'm pretty sure this was just litter. And then $515 for personal, which is a lot. And I probably should not have spent that much. But, oh yeah, that's right. One of these things was my phone breaking because I dropped it and broke it like directly in the worst place possible. And it was kind of an expensive fix. And then I don't have any rollover. So that is my envelope categories. I roll that money over every chance I get. Sometimes we go over budget, but you know, life is life. It's all good. Okay, so what this means for the actual paycheck budget. Again, this paycheck is September 6th to September 19th. This is the last paycheck for September, according to us, because we treat our money like based on what it needs to do for us. So we want our money to last until the next time we get paid, right? But also we want to focus on the expenses that cost the most. So because our budget is heavier on the first of the month, like most of the big bills are on the first of the month, that is always going to be our first paycheck of the month. Even if that means we're ending a month way before the actual calendar month ends. If our first paycheck budget always contains the first, we know how to plan for those bigger bills. So let's get into it. For inflow, his paycheck was $934 as expected, because of course this is money we already had, so this is an old paycheck. My income was $3,278, which is way more than what I had the first week because I brought in 2 paychecks. And then $92 was just the savings account interest for other income. And then from savings, we took $40, which is more than the $36 that we budgeted, but that is because of tax, because I forgot tax. So that is a total inflow of $4,344, which is right around what we planned. So it's fine. And then we're not investing, so we skip that. And then for his spending, all of his spending was according to budget. It was fantastic. I love it. He didn't go over budget on anything. He's really, he's doing so much better. For a while, he was like kind of head in the sanding this and spending money like little bits impulsively. He's been so much better. I've been so much better too. Like, oh my God, I'm so proud of us. But as budgeted, Kid Bills was $80. S&M Collections was $50. Adventures was $20. Miscellaneous was $30. So really hardly any bills this paycheck. That subtotal is $180 as budgeted, leaves us with $4,164. And then for saving, kids got $208 as budgeted. Personal loan got $317 as budgeted. His wedding fund got 41 as budgeted, and summer pay got 188 as budgeted. He is on it this time. Okay, so that subtotal is again $754 and leaves us with $3,410. So now we get to my spending. This is where the exciting part happens. Okay, so my monthly bills, I just had the car wash subscription come out for 18 as budgeted. That was fine. And then his debt, because I brought in that second paycheck, I was able to send $1,761 to Win student loans. So this actually means with the next month, with October, I can actually completely pay off Win's highest interest student loan, which is so exciting, I didn't think that we would come up to it this soon. Of course, I didn't expect a temporary promotion, but yeah, I'm super stoked. That just means he has his consolidated loans to pay off after that. And then we're going to start focusing on different goals because the other interest rates for his student loans are really low. So super excited for that. It feels like a new chapter, even though we're still going to be paying those other student loans off, but it's going to get a lot. I don't know. It feels like a new era just because the highest interest is about to be gone. I'm excited. Okay. So dining out, the other exciting part, even though, it's not really that much of a big deal. We stayed under budget on dining out. We've actually been really good lately. I'm proud of us. I'm so proud of us. And then groceries was 260, groceries and bulk was 260 total, as budgeted. Transportation 60 as budgeted. Health 575 as budgeted. Home shopping 25 as budgeted. We both stayed on budget, y'all. Birthdays was 5. Clothing and shoes was 40. Pet care was 15. Personal 50. We're behaving this time. So the subtotal is $2,835, which is actually less than what we budgeted by $1. But that is because we were under budget in dining out and then sent a little extra to his debt because of that. But we didn't bring it back even. So that's okay. It's not actually a problem. The budget remaining is $575, which is $5 more than we planned originally, which is, that's fine. So we get to my saving. So I saved $98 for registration and license as budgeted. Again, this fully funded this category for the year, for the whole school year, shall I say. And then subscriptions got $350 as budgeted. Phone got $38 as budgeted. Christmas got $42, which is less than budgeted, but that is because this is based on pulling Christmas cards, for a $500 challenge. So it's random amounts, but I budget for how many cards I pull, like the worst that it could be with the number of cards that I plan on pulling. So that is absolutely fine. And then the rest, after I pulled those cards, the rest of the money went to the school fund, which is why that only got 7. And that wasn't budgeted. So it's 100% fine. It just, if I put the excess in an amount that I didn't already budget out, or didn't already give some to, it means I have to do less math. It's just a lazy thing. And all the categories still need to get funded, so it's fine. But the subtotal is $535, which is $1 more than budgeted, but that's absolutely not a problem. And that leaves us with $40. So that $40 went to LastPass, which was from my subscriptions sinking fund. So that is 100% fine because I planned on spending it. I just forgot the tax when I originally budgeted. So that's fine. We're okay. I had the money. It's okay. But yeah, that subtotal is $40 and that's all that was left. So that is a zero-based budget, which of course means it does not mean that my bank account is at zero or Wynn's bank account is at zero. It means every dollar that came in has a plan for where to go. Also, keep in mind, I round up all my transactions, so there is change in here. These things are not all actually even numbers, but I round up what I spend and I round down what I get, what we get. So there is actually more money here, but it's hidden from us because we have a bad habit of spending money once we know that it's there and available. So as a way to secretly save until the end of the school year, one of the things we're doing is rounding up all our transactions. And then once we start approaching the end of the school year, we'll reset and then put that in rollover. So that is how we're going to do it. That's how we're going to continue to do it. And that is our paycheck closeout for the last paycheck of September. Oh, I know this has been a little bit, I don't know. If you have any questions, let me know. I feel like I might have like rushed through this a little bit, but I don't know how long the kids will be working on their homework. So I'm trying to get through this video a little bit. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, if you want to know more about the Fabulous app, or LastPass, let me know. I'm not getting any money from LastPass or from Fabulous. They're just two things that I enjoy. Let's be real. I have a small following. I love y'all. We love y'all. But it isn't a whole lot of people. Nobody's paying me for any of this. I do actually have I have referral links for Ally Bank, which is the high yield savings account that I use. I have referral links for Mint Mobile, but I don't want to use them. I don't want to use those partially because I want y'all to know for absolute sure that what I'm saying is what I enjoy and I'm just sharing with you. I'm not trying to get something in return other than maybe some ideas or corrections if I say something wrong or do something wrong. You know what I mean? I try to be as transparent as possible, and sometimes that means including information that most people would expect to get like rewards for. But that's not what this is about. This is just about sharing how we're doing things and tweaking things and changing things and letting this be kind of a guide for Wynn's kids and for anyone else who might be interested in sharing a budget, even if they don't share a bank account. I don't know. I'm not an expert, obviously. This is not financial advice. None of this is. This is just us, I don't know, trying to be transparent and try to provide a good example for how someone can make things work, even if they don't have a big income, even if they have kids. There are a lot of things that people say are reasons why they can't save money. But sometimes I think it's just a matter of like some flexible thinking. So that's me off my soapbox. I appreciate you so much. And I really, really do mean it when I say that you deserve financial stability. And I hope you have a great day on purpose. Bye.